Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. Today's video, we're doing my top 10 for life. I say that loosely because it changes all the time. I actually like to do this video about every 6 months or so. I try a lot of new perfumes. I add a lot of new perfumes into my collection. I declutter a lot of perfumes. I'm constantly getting new ones in and out. I'm trying to curate the collection, you know, my best of the best collection. I want a curated collection of loves. I try to update this video and do top 10 every about 6 months or so. So I'm due for this video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much. From the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright guys, this was incredibly difficult because like I said, I have been curating a collection of nothing but loves. So most of my collection at this point are full of loves. They're perfumes I genuinely enjoy. So I have right now currently in my collection about 150 perfumes. For me, I just really want the best of the best. Well, I feel like I have the best of the best, but these are the best of the best of the best. So when I started thinking about doing this video, I went to my collection and I started picking out fragrances that could be contenders. And I picked out probably about 30 or so fragrances that I genuinely love that I was considering putting into this list. And then I had to start narrowing it down. I had to start taking some of them out. I had to start choosing the top 10. But when I got to the number 11, I couldn't do it anymore. I have 11 fragrances here. What I'm trying to tell you is that I cheated. I have my top 11 fragrances here today because I genuinely cannot decide which one I would take out to make my top 10. All right, we're just gonna get Angel Share out of the way because I think we all already know about this one for me. If you've been watching my channel, if you haven't been watching my channel, if you're brand new to my channel, hello, my name is Jackie. I'm obsessed with Angel Share. This is my favorite fragrance of all time. It has been for about a year or so now, maybe even longer, and it still remains to be supreme. I just love this one. I don't know why. There's just something about it when I smell it that takes me to a place of happiness and pure joy. This is cinnamon boozy apple pie with oak notes in the base. It reminds me of the holidays. It makes me feel like I'm coming home for the holidays. It makes me feel super happy, and I absolutely adore this fragrance. I get really good performance out of it, and I think it's magical. Now, this isn't a fragrance that I even wear very often. I really only wear it November, December because it's a holiday perfume for me, but there's no other perfume in my collection that makes me feel the way this perfume makes me feel. This is still number one, reigning supreme. I love it. I am expecting this one to get bumped down out of the number one spot at some point in time. There will be a perfume that comes along that I like more than this one, but so far, Angel Share is still the queen or the king or however you want to look at it, because this is a unisex fragrance, so Angel Share is still number one. Another one that's been in my top 10 for life, or I guess you could say 11 since I cheated, but this has been in a top list of mine, and you know, I almost was going to put this one away and say it's not a top 10 just because I don't wear this one very often either. But when I sniffed it, I was like, I cannot be without this fragrance. This is by Parfums de Marley, Delina Exclusif. I just can't be without it. No, I don't wear this very often, but the reason is because to me, it's so special. It's so special to me. It smells so amazing. This is a creamy, lychee or lychee, fruity, rosy, vanilla scent. It has a little bit of oud, but it's very small. There's some incense in here. I wouldn't even know that there was oud or incense in here. I just pick up kind of like a depth to this fragrance that I absolutely love. Mostly I just get that creamy, rosy, sweet, vanilla, fruity kind of fragrance. It's so good. Rose is the star of the show in here, but then that vanilla is definitely very present and very creamy. Although once I spray this on my skin, this does turn slightly powdery. It is classy, it is sophisticated, it is beast mode. The performance is amazing, and this is just a classic at this point. I cannot imagine being without it. I love the bottle. Still in the number 10 10 list for sure. So that is by Parfums Marley, Delina, Exclusif. This one won't come to a surprise to anyone who's been watching my channel. This is by Xerjoff. This is Dama Bianca. This is my second bottle of Dama Bianca. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is a gorgeous kumquat and lime in the opening. It has this really unique citrusy feel in the opening. There's some floral notes, and then there is this beautiful vanilla. It's like a summery, powdery, delicate vanilla with this gorgeous lime and kumquat, some really beautiful floral notes, and then I think there's a little bit of a woodiness in the base as well, but I love the kumquat in here. It's just very different. It's very feminine. It's very delicate. Performance is okay. If I overspray it, I'm okay with it, but I cannot be without this. This would make a perfect bridal scent in my opinion. I think this is just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I still love this one, and I cannot be without Dama Bianca. Another one by Xerjoff that had to be in here, and this is the one I was actually thinking about taking out. If I were going to have my top 10, this one I thought about taking out, but then I smelled it and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This has to be in this list. I can't be without it. This is by Xerjoff Italica. I love this fragrance. This is so unique. This is a very unique gourmand in my opinion, and it is so good, and I just can't imagine not having it. I'm almost done with this bottle. I'm due for 100 ml. Oh my gosh, you guys, this has the most beautiful milky note in here. It's almond, it's lactonic, it smells like an almond cookie with some toffee. That's basically what it smells like to me in the dry down. This is polarizing. It's like people either love or hate this. There's some saffron in here, so I feel like people aren't jiving with the saffron. For me, when I first tried this fragrance, it smelled like burnt plastic. I absolutely hated it, and then I tried it about a year later, and I fell madly in love and haven't looked back. So Italica is just one I never want to be without. I get decent performance out of it. It's not a beast, but I get moderate. I'm happy with the performance. I can definitely smell it when I wear it. Lasts for the majority of my day, and it's just so freaking delicious. So that is by Xerjoff Italica. This next one was an absolute non-negotiable. It was one of the first ones I picked when I mean, it was just an absolute instant, yep, this is going to be it, and it probably will be every single time I do one of these top 10 for life videos. I can't imagine not having this one. This is by the House of Guerlain, and this is Spiritueuse Double Vanille or Spiritueuse Double Vanille. This is so gorgeous. I love this fragrance, and I think it was worth every single penny that I paid for it. Again, performance is not amazing, but if I overspray it, I feel like it's exactly what I need it to be. This is a vanilla fragrance. It's very boozy. It's got some rum in it, so it's got this boozy vanilla, but it's a very sophisticated vanilla. This is not your gourmand cupcakey vanilla. This is a sophisticated vanilla that smells very formal, very elevated. It's got some woodiness, so it's like a woody vanilla. It's a boozy, woody vanilla fragrance. It's got other notes in it as well, but that's mostly what I pick up. This is my favorite vanilla in my collection. Some people don't think it's worth it because the performance is not amazing. You got to make that determination for yourself. I feel like it's worth it for me. It is in my top 10. I cannot be without this fragrance. Plus, this bottle is super special to me. So that is by the House of Guerlain, Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Okay, this next one is newer to me, but I absolutely had to have this in my collection. It made it quickly into my top 10. It was non-negotiable. This is by the House of Kerosene, and this is Unknown Pleasures. I have been just obsessed with this. This was like the lemon gourmand perfume that I've been looking for. I did a search for the perfect lemon gourmand that actually lasted and had good performance, and that kept that lemon feel, that lemony gourmand feel through the entire wear. I've been trying a lot of lemon perfumes lately that the lemon is really fantastic in the opening, but then it dies down. Not this one. This one stays a lemon gourmand heaven, caramel, vanilla deliciousness through the entire wear of the fragrance, and I am obsessed with this fragrance. This is my favorite citrusy, lemony, gourmand fragrance. This has Earl Grey tea in it as well, which I feel like really helps to tone it down and make it a little bit more, well, a little bit more balanced so that it's not just this gourmand, sticky, sweet fragrance in your face. It is a gourmand, sticky, sweet fragrance, but I do feel like the Earl Grey tea helps to tone it down and round it out, if that makes sense. So you do have to be okay with smelling like food, but if that's your jam, you got to give this a try. So this is by the House of Kerosene, Unknown Pleasures. I couldn't shut up about this one when I got it. I couldn't stop talking about it. And to be honest with you guys, when I thought about taking this out of this list, I just couldn't bear it. I was like, no, my love for this fragrance is so strong and so real. However, this is not a safe blind buy, but I am obsessed. This is by the House of Narcotica, Dulce Diablo. I almost put Narco Oasis in here as well. Narco Oasis was originally in that 30 that I grabbed because I was wearing that over the summer like crazy, but it didn't quite make the cut, but it was close. This one makes the cut. I mean, this one, it's undeniable how much I love it. Every time I smell this one, it makes my eyes roll in the back of my head. It is just absolutely delicious. This is a very boozy fragrance. You have to be into boozy notes. This has cognac and rum in the opening. It also has a lot of apricot, which I love the smell of apricots, but that is not everybody's cup of tea. So you gotta try this one first. This has cacao, and it smells to me like Tootsie Rolls. There's a little bit of honey in here. There's some sugar. There's non-gourmand notes in this fragrance, but I do not pick up on any of the non-gourmands. I only pick up gourmands. To me, this is very literal, foodie, gourmand with a lot of booze. It's so delicious. I love it so much, and I don't want to be without this one. Amazing performance. This is an extrait de parfum, and it is strong. It is beast mode. It will fill up a room. And it's going to be strong enough to cut through the cold if you're looking for a really good fall, winter type of gourmand scent. Dulce Diablo by the House of Narcotica. This next one, I told you guys I lost my mind over when I tried it. I still love this fragrance. I actually wore it the other day because it had been a minute since I had worn it, and I just wanted to make sure this was top 10. You know, I wanted to make sure that I still truly love this fragrance as much as I did when I first got it. I have actually went through a couple of samples of this fragrance before I purchased this bottle. I did purchase this with my own money, and I will be getting the 100 ml once I go through this. But I wore it again 2 nights ago, and I was just in freaking heaven. I love this fragrance so much, but not a safe blind buy. Another non-safe blind buy. You have to test this one first. This is by the House of Argos, and this is Triumph of Bacchus. I just love it. I don't know what else to say besides I just love it. Listen, this isn't going to be for everyone, okay? You have to get your nose on this one, but to me, this is just perfection. It is perfection. This is everything I love in a fragrance. You know, there's some fruitiness in the opening. It's got some apple. It's got some peach. I pick up the apple. I'm a huge fan of apple in my perfumes. It's one of my absolute favorite notes in perfumery is apple. So of course that appeals to me. It's got a lot of tobacco in here. This is not a light tobacco. This is not a blonde tobacco. This is definitely a spicy tobacco fragrance, but it's not smoky to me. I don't like when perfumes smell like smoke. This kind of smells like tobacco in a pipe or in a cigar that has not been lit. That's what it smells like to me. I don't know, some people might get a smokiness to this, but I don't. I don't like that, you know? I don't want to smell like cigarette smoke or smoke in general, really. This has rum, which I love rum. I mean, literally, this has everything I love. Rum, apple, saffron. There's saffron in here. I definitely make that out. I absolutely love saffron. I absolutely love tobacco. There's patchouli. There's tonka bean in here. This is a Jackie perfume. The notes are just right up my alley. There's vanilla. There's amber. It's a very warm, ambery fragrance. There's sandalwood. I absolutely love sandalwood. I mean, come on. This is like all the notes that I love put together into one perfume. Triumph of Bacchus. I absolutely adore it. I think it's a masterpiece. It has amazing performance, and I cannot be without this perfume. It is my favorite tobacco fragrance in my collection. It has my whole heart. It really does. But again, just because I'm sitting here right now telling you how absolutely amazing this fragrance is, it's not going to be for everyone. This is not a safe blind buy. Please try it before you buy it, but I am in love and I cannot be without it. Plus, I always tell you guys how much I love the bottles of Argos. I truly think they are a work of art. So that's by the House of Argos, Triumph of Bacchus. Okay, this next perfume is super polarizing, and I always laugh every time I talk about this fragrance because the comments I get are so funny. Some people just absolutely adore this fragrance, and some people absolutely hate it. My daughter tried this fragrance when she was visiting from college. We did a video together. If you missed it, I'll link it in the description box. But her reaction to this fragrance was hilarious. And she didn't like it. She was not a fan of this fragrance, but I absolutely love it. And this is by the House of Nishane Ani. This is one of my most complimented perfumes. And I know the bottle, somebody made a comment saying that none of my perfumes look like they were all unused. You got to remember, sometimes people have just purchased another bottle, or sometimes they have gone, like for me, I go through a lot of like decants and samples first before I decide to buy a fragrance. Dama Bianca, for instance, this is I went through a 30 ml before. You can't go off this dent because I went through a 30 ml before I even purchased this one. Maybe I just didn't get a chance to wear it all that much, or maybe I don't wear it that often, but I just love it and save it for special occasions. Maybe, and I'm also not the biggest oversprayer, especially when I go to work. I only do a couple of sprays because I'm a dental hygienist, and I don't think my patients are going to appreciate me choking them out with perfume. You know what I mean? I'm very close and personal with my patients, so that's why not everybody has really, really large dents. I have a lot of perfumes. I am constantly trying new fragrances. You know what I mean? I only have one of me. I can't just burn through all of my perfumes. Anyway, this is by Nishane, and this is Ani, and this is a spicy vanilla fragrance. And I went through a 10 ml decant of this before I purchased this bottle. Compliment getter. Lots and lots of people complimented me on this one. I have heard from people that they think this leans a little bit more masculine, but that's not what I pick up. This is not safe. You got to try this. You got to test it first, but this is very spicy. Very, very spicy, a little green, a little citrusy, all mixed together. Some people think it's a lot green. Some people really pick up the green notes in here. I pick up more spicy than green. Because it's spicy and because it's citrusy and green in the opening, I don't view it, like my brain doesn't process this as an overly green fragrance. But this is a vanilla. It's a vanilla fragrance, first and foremost, with lots of spices. It's absolutely fantastic. The performance is outstanding. This is just a fragrance I can't be without. So this is by Nishane Ani. Okay, this next one is one of the fragrances in my collection that opened my eyes to the fact that I like unisex fragrances. When I first started collecting perfumes, I really believed I only really liked feminine scents. I didn't really know that much about unisex fragrances, and I was at a boutique in Charleston sniffing around the Parfums de Marley counter, came across this fragrance, and I died and went to heaven. And then I completely changed my mind about unisex, and I started exploring all different kinds of fragrances. This is by Parfums de Marley Herod. This is a fragrance that my husband and I both wear. He loves this one. It smells amazing on him, but it smells different on him, which I think is super funny. Not super different, but this is a little bit more tobacco and a little on the smoky side on him. Not really overly smoky, but it has a smokier touch, like a more masculine feel on his skin than it does on me. So for me, Herod is cinnamon, tobacco, but not smoky, and lots of vanilla in the dry down. That's what I get from Herod. It smells divine. It's another one of those fragrances that reminds me of the holidays. This makes me so happy. This feels cozy. It feels happy. It feels holiday vibes. It just makes me smile. I just want to keep smelling it. I cannot be without Herod. I love this fragrance so much. Performance is moderate. It's not absolutely like beast mode or anything like that, but if I overspray, I get pretty decent performance. And both my husband and I wear this one in the fall and winter, which is funny because I think this was our first fragrance that we both enjoyed and wanted to wear. That was a new experience for us because he is definitely in the more masculine. He likes masculine leaning fragrances. I like feminine leaning fragrances. So for us to find one that we both loved was kind of fun. It was an interesting part of my little journey here with perfume. But anyway, this one is just fantastic. I can't be without it. I love it, and it makes me super happy. So that's by Parfums de Marley Herod. And last but definitely not least is one that I wore so much this year. Over the summer, I was reaching for this one non-stop. You guys, I have never put a dent. Speaking of dents, Okay, I have a dent in this perfume, and this perfume is not, I haven't had it for very long. I got it this summer. I couldn't stop wearing it. I'm afraid to smell it because I'm afraid I'm gonna go back into my obsessiveness with this fragrance and keep wearing it nonstop. I put a large dent in. This is a large dent for me. This is by Simone Andreoli. This is Leisure in Paradise. Guys, I mean, come on, look at this dent. This is definitely my most worn fragrance of 2023, hands down. I wanted to reach for this one consecutively. I mean, that really doesn't happen for me very often, where I just want to keep reaching for a perfume the next day and the next day and the next day. Usually I want to change it up, but I couldn't stop. I just kept reaching for this one. I just kept going. I love it. It's addicting. It's so good. It's so good. I really can't be without this one. This is just an addictive. This perfume has me in a chokehold. I've lost my interest in most of my summertime perfumes, but I still want to wear this one. I think I could wear this one all year round, to be honest. This has papaya, pineapple. It's sweet, like a sweet, juicy, tropical, fruity fragrance with lots of vanilla. There's some coconut in here. I don't get a ton of the coconut, but I do get a lot of that papaya and pineapple. It's juicy, sweet. I've actually considered buying a backup bottle of this, but I'm not going to, because I have slowed down on wearing this one, just because this is a summertime fragrance for me mostly, even though I do feel like I could wear this all year round. I do feel like I've slowed down on wearing this one, but ooh. And I know some people have complained about the performance of this one, but for me, I don't have bad performance out of this perfume. This actually performs decently on me. I can get pretty much all day wear with a really nice scent bubble. I have to overspray this one, but I really don't have complaints over the performance. So just keep that in mind. I have heard other people say they don't get good performance from this, but that's not my experience. If you like tropical, fruity, pineapple, coconut, vanilla scents, there's some woody notes in here as well. For me, they're not overly strong. They're there to kind of balance the fragrance out, but they're in the background for me. This is a very sweet fragrance, so you do have to be into sweet perfumes. But yeah, this is definitely one to get your nose on if you like sweet, luscious, tropical fruits. Every time I smell this, I feel like I'm literally biting into a pineapple. It's just like with the juice and everything. I love it. Love, love, love. Definitely cannot be without this fragrance. This is by Simone Andreoli, Leisure in Paradise. All right, you guys, so those are my top 11 perfumes in my collection at the moment. I'll probably do this video again in about another 6 months to see if things have changed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Let me know what you think of these fragrances in the comment section. Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will consider subscribing. Give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!